is a dangerous group that we're dealing with now.
Yeah, I'm a bass addict.
Bobbing out, knocking pictures off the wall on the whole 15s, didn't see no wires, and then I heard a boom from the amplifiers.
Yeah, I'm a bass addict.
What's going on, fam? It's your boy BassAddict.
I'm a bass addict.
And then I heard a boom from the amplifiers.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, man. Today's video, I'm gonna see can I clear a couple things up for a couple guys that have questions for me, being that I'm a car audio content creator. I get a lot of questions asking how you get your system to do this. And I got the same system. My subs ain't hitting like that. I got the same box, same amp, same everything. But mine ain't hitting like that. And I get a lot of questions. And I got a couple answers, man. So, real quick. Y'all know my channel is centered around getting as loud as possible for the least amount of money, because car audio is expensive as hell and it's not getting any better in today's time, especially dealing with these tariffs and all the other shit that's going on. It's not getting any better. So my channel has always been centered around getting as loud as possible for the least amount of money, which that may mean running budget equipment, but you may have to spend a tad bit more on a solid box. That may mean getting budget equipment and a budget box, but putting a good AGM battery on it, or something like that. My whole thing has been, since I started the channel, is trying to show that you don't have to spend thousands of dollars on subwoofers, certain subwoofers, to get where you're trying to go. And don't get me wrong, if you are a competitor and you like to compete, you like to get on the meter, you like to, talk shit at car audio shows and go full tilt for hours or minutes at a time, budget equipment, budget subwoofers may not get you that same result, because budget subwoofers, 9 times out of 10, even if you shooting clean power to them, they're gonna get hot faster than they would just say if you spent $400 more on different subwoofers, or $1,000 more on different subwoofers. You know what I'm saying? You basically get what you pay for. Your average everyday driver, round beating down the block, windows vibrating, trunk jumping off, or your back hatch jumping off, you knocking the goddamn hound off your hatch or whatever. You truly don't have to spend much to achieve that. Now, if you have the knowledge to do it yourself, it's very possible. I've shown that multiple times on my channel. It's very possible to basically tear your damn car up using budget-friendly ass equipment. I've shown that several times, either with my vehicles or guys around me. You know what I'm saying? They'll spend a fraction of the money that others may spend and almost get the exact same result. So, with all that said, man, for guys that have questions why you'll still do this, and I got the same subs and the same amp, mine's gonna do that. It takes power to make power. And it took me a while myself to figure that out, guys. It took me years to swallow the pill and spend $400, $500, $600 on the alternator. And I can have the money times 3 or 4. I can have the money to get at least 2 or 3 of them. But it took me a while to swallow that pill to spend $500 or $600 on one alternator. Not realizing that the alternator, your supplemental batteries, solid grounds, and all that stuff is the foundation of your system. And once I put that 320 amp alternator on Ghost, it blew my mind the difference that that one alternator made, man. Blew my damn mind. I had to go in the trunk myself and look back at the system like, damn, did I buy some more shit without me knowing it? It takes power to make power. For a lot of cars, it takes 12 to 13 volts to run that entire car from the factory. Right? Now you think you throwing a 2 or 3,000 watt amp on it, 212, 215, 4/8, 2/8, whatever the case may be, you throwing all this other shit in it, all of your equipment, 4-channel amps, mid-range, all that good shit. You throwing all that in the car on the factory system. Can you imagine the amount of current draw that you're pulling from the factory system? Once you upgrade your alternator and that at least add one AGM, at least one solid AGM, excess power D3400, just up under the hood. The difference that makes in your system is significant. Significant, bro. Now, with my truck, I got a 370 JS alternator running the 12 volt side, and I got a 370 amp billet JS alternator charging at 16 volts running the bass side. And I did that for a reason. Technically, the higher your voltage is, the louder you can go with your setup. And the more performance you'll get off your amp, if your amp is rated to take that much voltage, the more performance you'll get out that amp. What Chris Brown old song say? You can't breathe with no air. You got to feed it, man. A lot of guys wonder why they can have 215s. That shit may sound good, but you'll have a guy pull up in a Honda Civic with 212s, and he might drown your ass out. And you be looking like, God damn. Well, the difference is, his electrical may be solid as fuck. He can go full tilt on this shit. No clipping, no nothing. Voltage may drop down to 14, the high 13s or something. He full tilt. He whooping on them. You got 215s, 8,000 watt amp, and you still running on your stock electrical. Like I say, it takes power to make power. It takes power to make power. If you're not a competitor and you just looking for something they gonna beat the block down and all that, man, just my personal opinion, you don't have to go and spend $1,500 per subwoofer to get that accomplished, bro. You don't. Go down through my videos and all that other shit. Most of all my bills, beside the truck bill that I'm still working on, has been street bangles, bro. Street bangles. Street bangles. And I've been using Scar Audio, Hyanka, however you want to pronounce it. I've been doing it with super budget type shit, man. Now, I used to have sundowns and all that. 4 sundown 18s back in the day. Go down through my videos. I done had all that. Sundown amps and all that, man. But everybody budget and pockets ain't side up to spend that type of money just to throw some bass in that shit. You know what I'm saying? For the amount that you'll spend for a sundown amp and 2 12s or 2 10s. I can put you a system together for that same price and it'll blow your goddamn mind. If you're looking for a street banger, something that's gonna be reliable, you can whoop on it and everything. for almost a fraction of the price that you will pay for a sundown amp and two sundown 10s. Not bagging on sundown, because you get what you pay for. But a lot of guys, I realize, are looking for street bangers. A lot of guys ain't looking to go into the competition lanes and get on the meter and all that. A lot of guys want their trunk to rattle like a motherfucker. And you can get that accomplished with Walmart subs. It comes down to your box. It comes down to your tuning. It comes down to your electrical. And a lot of y'all guys that watch me, y'all already know this shit. But I get a lot of questions asking these type of questions. So if you had the cash before you spend, just say your total budget for subwoofer may be $1,000. Before you spend that $1,000 on subwoofers and spend $300 or $400 on that amp, bro, you gonna get you an alternator. Get you an alternator. Put the big 3 on that alternator. Run you dual runs of 0 gauge, preferably OFC 0 gauge back. Save up, then get your amp. Once you get your amp, subwoofers. The house ain't worth a damn if the foundation ain't solid. If that makes sense to y'all. But I just want to address that because, like I said, I get asked those questions a lot, bro. Like, I got 2 Scar DDX 12s and your wife's system being way harder than mine. How you do that? Like, her Sonata had a factory alternator, but I put an excess power battery on that RP2K. And that's all that amp needed at that point. She didn't have to upgrade her alternator. If you going bigger than I think it's like a 1500 watt amp. If you going bigger than a 1500 watt amp, you need to be upgrading your electrical system. If you're looking for the performance that the amp says gonna give you, you need to be looking to upgrade your electrical. 1000 watt amp, 500 watt amp, your stock system may support that depending on what you driving or what it is, because certain cars come with bigger alternator, factory alternators than others. But anything above a 1500 watt amp, if you ain't gonna get an alternator, at least get you some auxiliary AMG batteries. At least. And it's gonna improve your system tenfold. Instead of running all that equipment off your factory stock system, the alternator already scratching from your factory system to run the entire car, and you done put 3 amps on it. You got a 8K on it with 2 15s or mid-range amp, and you still running factory electrical, bro. You hurting yourself, you hurting your equipment. You gonna end up getting caught in that car audio loop. And you'll end up being one of these guys on here. Oh, that brand ain't this. That brand ain't that. That brand did that. No. Because all subwoofers gonna make bass. All subwoofers make bass. It ain't what you run, but how you run it. Just that simple, fella. And just a quick video, man. Y'all can see I'm getting ready to lay down, but I get asked that shit a lot, either on the YouTube platform, emails, or Facebook Messenger. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't bagging on nobody, I ain't bagging on no company or nothing. But my whole thing is, and I'm telling y'all from experience, bro. If you looking for more performance out your system, and you haven't upgraded your alternator, or you haven't added auxiliary batteries, or whatever the case, supplemental battery, whatever, go on, swallow that pill and spend that money and get your alternator and some batteries, bro. And it's gonna significantly improve what you got. Significantly. This your boy BassAddict checking out with another one.
Yeah, I'm a BassAddict.
Knocking bitches off the wall. 15 till you see no wires. And then I wires.